Hey Cozy Crew, it's Jessica with Stay Cozy Creative Co. And if you've been loving this Princess Granny Square pattern, then you're really going to love what I have to show you today. When I was first making this pattern and piecing it together into a blanket, I realized that I was going to need some half granny squares. I'd never done this before, and so I began experimenting, and I finally figured out how to do it, and that's what I'm going to show you today. You can find this chenille yarn that I'm using on my website at staycozyco.com. We're going to begin with a slip knot and then chain 2 so that we have a total of 3 loops in our beginning chain. Then we're going to fold that third loop onto the first loop and connect them with a slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 2. So this chain will act as our first double crochet of this round. And then we're actually going to do 2 double crochets into the center of that circle that we created. So you're going to just kind of find that beginning chain that you made and find the center of it, and that's where we're going to put our stitches into. So you're going to go into that center, pull your yarn around and through and make your stitch there. So I like to go on that left side of that beginning knot that we made. So that was our first double crochet, and this is our second double crochet into the center. And then after this, to finish out our round, we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to connect that chain back to the beginning chain. So I'm just going to pull that yarn tail around the back and then through that final loop. And so this round began with a chain and then 2 double crochets and then ended with a chain. So you should have 4 total stitches in this round. I'm going to leave my yarn tails as we begin our second round, and we will connect those later on. But grab your second color, and we're going to find the top loop of that first chain that we created. So we're going to connect this new yarn to that loop with a slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to do a double crochet into that same loop. So this is kind of mimicking the corner of our granny square. Since we're making half a square, we're starting with like half of a corner that we're creating, and so that's what we're doing here with our first chain and a double crochet. Then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do 2 half double crochets into that first gap. So in between round 1 chain and that first double crochet, that's the gap that we're going to go into. So there's our first half double crochet, and here's our second one. So this is kind of like the side of our granny square. And then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to create a full corner. So we're going into that next gap of our first round, and we're doing a double crochet and then a second double crochet, and that has created half of our corner. And then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do 2 more double crochets into that same gap. So this is creating the corner part, or like the top peak of that half granny square. So there's our first double crochet, and then here's our second one. And then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do 2 half double crochets into that next gap. So this is creating another side of our half square. So there's our first half double crochet, and then here's our second. And then we're going to chain 1. And then to complete this round, we're going to do a double crochet into that top part of the final chain. So just like we did in the beginning, we're kind of doing that on the end so that the sides mimic each other as best as we can. So there's our double crochet, and then we're going to chain 3, and we're going to connect this chain into that same gap that the double crochet is in. So at this point you can grab your scissors to trim your yarn. You do need a little bit of a tail so that we can connect that end, but you're going to just lay that loop on top of the loop that you want to connect it to, and then pull the tail up and through both of those loops. And then I'm going to tuck that tail back through to the back side of the design, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the tail of my round 1. So I'm just taking that tail, putting it through the center of that circle that we had made, so that now all of my tails are on the back side. So if it doesn't look like a perfect triangle, that's totally fine. I promise it will all come together in the end. And now I'm going to connect my yarn tails. So what I'm going to do is connect this gray one and the yellow one that are both on the same side. And this just simplifies the design on the back and helps ensure that there's not too much extra bulk. If you want to use a knot instead or a sewing method, you're welcome to do so. I like the lighter method because it's just so quick and easy and has worked out to be secure for me. When using a lighter, it's really important to make sure that you get any excess fluff off the top part of that yarn that you're connecting, because when you light it, you're actually lighting that center strand of the chenille yarn, which is kind of like a plastic. And so that's what lights on fire. You want to avoid burning the actual fluffiness because that will look black and charred. So you just want to get that center piece to light, and then they'll kind of fuse together. And there we have completed our second round. So like I mentioned, if it doesn't look perfect, that's totally normal. Mine doesn't either. But when you add it to your blanket and add a border, it will really help pull it into place and into shape. And now we're ready to begin our third round. So grab your yarn. I'm using this white color, and we're going to get started in a similar way as the last round, where we're going to find the top loop of that first chain that we had made, and we're going to attach the yarn with a slip stitch. Once you have your slip stitch, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to make half double crochets up the side of our design. So we're going to go into that first gap, which is in between the stitches of our second round. So there's our first half double crochet, and then here's our second one. And with this row, we're really just making a nice border around our design, which also helps with the shape. So here's our third half double crochet into that next gap. And then here's our fourth half double crochet into the next gap. And then here is our fifth half double crochet. And then our sixth and final half double crochet on this side. And then to transition to the next side, we're going to chain 1 and then do a half double crochet into that same gap that we had just gone into. So this is just rounding the corner onto that next side, and we're going to do our half double crochets down the side. So there's 2 of them so far. That first one was in the corner gap. That was our second. This is our third half double crochet. This is our fourth. And then this is our fifth. And finally our sixth and final half double crochet for this side. Then chain 2, and you can grab your scissors to trim your yarn because we're going to connect that final loop to the top loop of the chain in our second round. So we're just going to lay that loop on top of the one under it, pull the tail up and through, and then you can tuck the tail back down and through to the back side of our design. And it should mimic the beginning of that round. And we're done with our third round. And you can leave your yarn ends out. We'll connect them to the yarn ends of our round 4 when we're done. So I'm going to go back to my dark gray color for this final round. And we're going to find the first gap in our round 3 and make a slip stitch to connect our new yarn. And then we're going to start with a single crochet stitch into that same gap. And now we're just going to continue doing a single crochet stitch into each gap along this side. And you should end up with 7 total single crochet stitches on this side. And then, like we've done in each of our previous rounds, we're going to chain 1 when we get to the corner, and then kind of round that corner and do the same thing along the other side. So here we're to our corner and we're doing a single crochet stitch and then chain 1, and then we're going to turn this over and then go into that same gap with a single crochet stitch and continue along this other side. So this is our second single crochet on this side, and then our third and our fourth. Here's our fifth and our sixth and our seventh. So after you've made your final single crochet stitch, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to connect this row to the previous row. So I just trim my yarn, lay that loop on top of the row before it, and then I'm going to tuck that tail through to the back, and then I'm going to flip these over and then connect these like I did for rounds 1 and 2. I do like to trim off any excess yarn for the tails because you don't really need extra bulky yarn, and you also don't want anything getting snagged on the extra yarn and pulling on your design. So I'm just going to grab my lighter and light both ends and then gently press those together to fuse the ends. And then we'll do the same thing to the tails on the other side. Congratulations! You have made it to the end of this tutorial and should have a completed half granny square. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and make sure that you're subscribed to my channel so that you never miss a new video. If you haven't yet watched my tutorial on the full granny square, that's also available on my channel at Stay Cozy Creative Co. I also have videos showing how I pieced my granny squares together to make a blanket and a pillow, and I have a lot of other resources for hand knitting and hand crochet. If you're hoping to make a blanket like I did with the full granny squares and half granny squares, be on the lookout for my next tutorial, which will be a quarter granny square, which you'll need for the corners of your blanket. I will also be making a tutorial showing how to piece all of your squares, half squares, and quarter squares together. And once all of these videos are done, I will be compiling everything into a PDF that you can purchase on my website at staycozyco.com. My goal is to be an encouragement and a support to you on your own creative journey. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, stay cozy, creative, and kind. P.S. I just realized while editing this video that I kept referring to these as rounds. And I guess technically when we're only making half of a granny square, it would be like a semi-round, or do we just call it a row? I'm not really sure, but anyway, forgive me if I'm incorrect.